नमस्कार, मैं आप सबका स्वागत करती हूँ आपके अपने कार्यक्रम एक पहल जिंदगी के नाम। आज हमारे साथ नेशनल विक्टर स्कूल की प्रिंसिपल श्रद्धा छाबरा मैम जुड़ी हुई हैं, निधि पंचाल मैम जुड़ी हुई हैं और नेशनल विक्टर वैशाली से हम सभी टीचर और स्टूडेंट के साथ में आपके अपने इस कार्यक्रम में फिर आपके साथ हैं। कहते भी हैं प्रार्थना परमपिता परमेश्वर की आवाज है और उसका आगाज भी है, क्योंकि प्रार्थना से बहुत सारे विघ्न भी दूर होते हैं, मन में शांति भी आती है और जब भी मुश्किल समय हो, उस मुश्किल कठिनाई के समय भी लड़ने की हिम्मत भी मिलती है। तो आइए प्रार्थना के साथ में विधिवत इस कार्यक्रम को शुरू करते हैं। प्रार्थना के लिए मैं आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगी, प्लीज आए और प्रार्थना शुरू करें। रचना मैम। रचना मैम, आपकी वॉइस नहीं आ रही है। नो। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमो नमः। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभाय निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकारेषु सर्वदा। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्युमोक्षीयमामृता। ओम शांति शांति शांति। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। कार्यक्रम की विधिवत शुरुआत करते हैं। जी रचना मैम, प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ और एक प्यारी सी प्रार्थना के साथ में इस कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत करते हैं। जी रचना मैम।
धन्यवाद मैम। all the parents and students, principal ma'am, all of you, all are requested to join your hands and close your eyes. सुबह सवेरे लेकर तेरा नाम प्रभु, करते हैं हम शुरू आज का काम प्रभु। सुबह सवेरे लेकर तेरा नाम प्रभु, करते हैं हम शुरू आज का काम प्रभु। करते हैं हम शुरू आज का काम प्रभु। शुद्ध भाव से तेरा ध्यान लगाए हम, विद्या का वरदान तुम्हीं से पाए हम। शुद्ध भाव से तेरा ध्यान लगाए हम, विद्या का वरदान तुम्हीं से पाए हम। हाँ, विद्या का वरदान तुम्हीं से पाए हम। तुम्हीं से है आगाज, तुम्हीं अंजाम प्रभु, करते हैं हम शुरू आज का काम प्रभु। सुबह सवेरे लेकर तेरा नाम प्रभु, करते हैं हम शुरू आज का काम प्रभु। गुरुओं का सत्कार कभी ना भूले हम, इतना बने महान गगन को छूले हम। गुरुओं का सत्कार कभी ना भूले हम, इतना बने महान गगन को छूले हम। हाँ, इतना बने महान गगन को छूले हम। तुम्हीं से है हर सुबह, तुम्हीं से शाम प्रभु, करते हैं हम शुरू आज का काम प्रभु, सुबह सवेरे लेकर तेरा नाम प्रभु, करते हैं हम शुरू आज का काम प्रभु, करते हैं हम शुरू आज का काम प्रभु, करते हैं हम शुरू आज का काम प्रभु। धन्यवाद।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद रचना जी। बहुत ही सुरीली आवाज में आपने बताया कि भगवान की प्रार्थना के साथ में जब भी उनका नाम लिया जाए तो काम की शुरुआत भी अच्छी होती है। आज के हमारे जो डॉक्टर हैं वो मनोचिकित्सक हैं और उनका जो एक्सपीरियंस है वो बहुत ज्यादा है और उन्होंने काफी ऐसे पेशेंट्स को ठीक किया है जब डॉक्टरों ने बोल दिया कि अब कुछ नहीं हो सकता। आइए उनके बारे में थोड़ा सा जानते हैं ऋचा सक्सेना जी से। ऋचा सक्सेना जी, इसमें चाहूंगी कि आप उनकी प्रोफाइल के बारे में थोड़ा सा बताएं।
Thank you, Sapna ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Today, on behalf of NVPS family, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome such a renewed personality among us, that is Dr. Venugopal Depala. He is MD psychologist from Corona Regional Medical Center, California, US. I would also like to welcome the program coordinator, Dr. Meenu Bhandari ma'am, our director ma'am, Mrs. Nidhi Panchal ma'am, and our principal ma'am, Mrs. Shraddha Kapra ma'am. And also I would like to welcome all my dear and loving parents to be present with us today. Moving forward, I would like to throw some light on the life of our panelist and famous psychologist, Dr. Venugopal Depala. At present, he is a chairman of Ethics Committee and consultant at Vista Hospital, former medical director, Corona Regional Medical Center, California, USA. He is an instructor examiner for American Board of Psychiatry and Neurology. He has done his MD in Psychiatry and MBBS from Osmania University. He is having more than 30 years of experience in the medical field with different psychiatric centers. He different faculties and organizations of the medical centers. It's a great privilege to have you among us, sir. Thank you, sir. Over to you, Sapna ma'am.
Thank you very much, Richa ma'am. Ji, Meenu ma'am. Yes, sir is with us. Okay. Meenu Maheshwari ma'am, please unmute yourself. Okay. Before starting, I just want to tell you one thing that, yeah, Meenu ji, your voice not audible. Your voice not audible, Meenu ji. Check your voice. Just want to tell you before sir is coming on this platform that today COVID-19 we are facing past 1 month and this problem is going to critical day by day, but we are come out of this situation. But some tragedy happened in India and people mentally sick because they are not able to come out of this situation. So one thing I want to tell you before starting this program officially, that कहते भी हैं मन के हारे हार और मन के जीते जीत। यदि मन से मेंटली हम यदि बहुत स्ट्रांग है तभी हम किसी भी परेशानी को, किसी भी समस्या को, किसी भी चीज से हम लड़ सकते हैं। और उस समस्या के लिए हमें ये समझना पड़ेगा कि हमें उस प्रॉब्लम को अपने दिमाग में ज्यादा नहीं बढ़ाना। मैंने पिछले 30 दिन से अपने जो एक्सपीरियंस से देखा है कि कई लोग ऐसे हुए जो जिनके घर में ट्रेजेडी हुई, मेंटली प्रॉब्लम हुई, लेकिन उन्होंने हिम्मत की, क्योंकि जिंदगी जीने का नाम है, जिंदगी लड़ने का नाम है, जिंदगी जूझने का नाम है और संघर्ष करने का नाम है। परेशानियां आएंगी, आती रही हैं और जीवन में हमेशा ही इस तरीके का माहौल रहता ही है, कभी सुख होता है, कभी दुख होता है, लेकिन मानसिक रूप से हमें कैसे इन परेशानियों से उभरना है, इसके लिए हमें कुछ ना कुछ अपनी व्यवस्थाएं करनी पड़ेगी। उस परमपिता परमेश्वर पे, उस शक्ति पर विश्वास करना पड़ेगा, उस शक्ति पे विश्वास करना पड़ेगा, और प्रार्थना के माध्यम से भी हम कई बार इन परेशानियों से दूर हो सकते हैं। तो जिस किसी के भी प्रश्न हो, प्लीज अपना हैंड रेज करिए ताकि उन प्रश्नों के उत्तर सर दे पाए। यू कैन रेज योर हैंड। ओके, करिए।
Yes. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Ma'am, I just want to know what are the difference between the symptoms of COVID-19 and seasonal allergies?
Can you repeat your question, please?
Yes, ma'am. I just want to know what are the difference between the symptoms of COVID-19 and seasonal allergies?
Okay. Meenu ji, are you able to unmute yourself? Meenu ji? Anyway, I just want to give the answer of this question. See, seasonal cold and cough, very, normal things. But, whenever we are feeling something else, जो COVID का fever है वो continuous रहता है, right? And secondly, उसमें situation क्या होती है कि आपको ऑक्सीजन लेवल कम होने लगता है। I mean, आप कभी-कभी ऐसा फील करेंगे कि, सिचुएशन ऐसी हो रही है कि ऑक्सीजन लेवल कम हो गया, पल्स रेट कम हो गई, एंड बहुत सीजनल में, एंड इसमें बहुत ज्यादा डिफरेंस नहीं होता कभी कभी। तो मेनली हम लोग जाकर उसको चेक कर सकते हैं, मीटर्स से चेक कर सकते हैं, प्लस जस्ट अ मिनट,
Sir, I want to know, sir, what are the difference between the symptoms of COVID-19 and seasonal allergies?
Basically, this is so seasonal allergies usually have, like, if you look at it, because mostly it's are milder symptoms, but still, COVID is such a situation where it can happen with it. It's like a chameleon of diseases. It can present itself without any fever, but just with a taste sensation, or they can come up, depends, but there's so much varied amount of symptomatology which can come. So biggest difference would be in seasonal allergies, you will not have fever usually. Seasonal allergies will have just like a sneezing, or but the temperature will not be that, it will not be consistent. But in COVID, especially the biggest issue which you are concerned is the oxygen saturation, which you have, if it is normal, whether it is a seasonal allergy or COVID. If your oxygen saturation is good, you're not having high fever, it does not matter whether you have COVID or not. At least if you're COVID positive, at least you have to make sure that you're safe. So the big issue, it's very difficult to differentiate just on the symptomatology, but by signs, like you can have oxygen saturation is normal, whether it is seasonal allergy or COVID, it doesn't matter. If you have any contact with a COVID patient, you need to isolate yourself.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Next, we have Priyanka Nayak. Priyanka, unmute yourself.
Hello. Good morning, sir. My question is there any way of compensating for the lack of social interaction?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Is there any way of compensating for the lack of social interaction?
So yeah, definitely. Yeah, especially we're doing this right now. Actually, we're doing it right now. So we can be innovative and look at things, and you have to make a conscious effort, because as I was hearing somebody talking in Hindi before this, whatever happens can be taken an opportunity. Whenever there is a big disaster, people can make it as you can be like a victim, or you can be a survivor. And definitely having this social interaction, especially having with the family members and talking to them. Actually, the social interactions on the web have increased so much in the last 1.5 years. In even the United States, I've been doing telemedicine appointments, so I've not missed a single day of my work, almost. So using the social media or with the thing, it is definitely important to connect yourself with your parents or grandparents, and they've been having birthday parties also on COVID, like on Zoom meetings and stuff like that. So you can definitely have the social interactions where it's not as the same as the human interactions, but still. I don't know if I've answered the question or not.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, Priyanka. Next, we have Tanisha. Tanisha Rastogi.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Good morning, sir. Sir, I was tested COVID positive last month, but after being treated, still I'm feeling a lot of weakness. So, can you please suggest some ways to overcome that weakness?
So important is, so how's your oxygen saturation now?
It is okay now, sir. Around 97, 98.
Okay.
Sometimes
And
90.
what kind of specific symptoms are you having? Fatigue?
Just weakness, like pain in my legs after getting stand up in for longer hours. I feel pain in my legs, especially.
So did you have pain in your legs before?
No, not at all.
Okay. So important aspect is like there is a lot of people, is because there's so much variations are there. People have this easy fatigability for a long time. So having a balanced diet and not just taking too many vitamins, also just eating a balanced, healthy diet should be doing it. And I would avoid taking any like NSAIDs, like any pain medications, but just rest and there is have good sleep. So there is no magic diet to say so. So some people have more than usual because again, as I said, this disease affects so many people so differently. And a lot of people don't even know they have it. And I have some people who have after 6 months also having some mild symptoms which are there. But the point which is there is it is like there is a saying I usually say, it's not related to this, but be like a bee, not like a fly. What does it mean? So when you ask anybody want to be a bee or a fly, most of the people say I want to be a bee. Why? Bees have purpose in life, they can protect themselves, so on and so forth. But one great thing about bees is bees can go through miles and miles of garbage. They never sit on it. Finds a flower, takes the pollen, takes the nectar, makes a beautiful garden. Whereas a fly can go through a beautiful garden, miles and miles of it, never sits on it, finds a garbage can, sits on it. Same way, sometimes we have everything going well for us, one negative aspect or negative thing in our life, not about you, but any person. We keep dwelling and dwelling about it and make our life like garbage. Other people have everything going wrong for them, even if they are homeless. We see so many times in India, and they are still able to breathe or they believe in God or something like that. They keep dwelling and make their life positive. So we have to be this, as somebody was telling, it's attitude. What happens is only 10%. How you react to it is 90%. So you have to be like a bee, not like a fly. So when you're a fly, when you make a mole into a mountain, you're like a fly. When you make a mountain into a mole, then you're like a bee. So do not concentrate on your pain, and you concentrate on, my God, I'm not there in ICU right now. I'm at my home. I'm with my family. So you'll forget about this. I mean, I understand that, but again, it's all about your psyche. How confidently there are so many studies which have done, even with cancer. If you have got two sets of patients who have positive, like half full versus half empty, people have said half full, almost 27% better survival rates with cancer. It was the longest study which was done in Johns Hopkins about 9 years back. So coming to you, I'm taking this as a chance to talk to everybody about this, because it's, again, if you concentrate on that, it will increase. Same thing, whenever you plant is that you just put some manure and everything like that, it will grow. The negative thoughts will grow like crazy. So just forget about that thing and concentrate that, oh my God, my oxygen saturation is 98%. That's wonderful. So it'll be fine. So I'm taking this as a chance to explain to different aspects of this. Anyway, thank you for your question.
Yeah, question was really good. Yes. Thank you. Next, we have Babita Pathak ji. Yes, please ask your question.
Good morning, sir. Nowadays, due to this pandemic, the teenagers feel anxiety. I want to ask the question, what are the different ways to deal with the anxiety in teenagers?
So this is an important aspect of this is one of the most affected people are in US too, when this happened, this has been so much increased amount of depression, anxiety, because they are social beings. They are like, they have to interact with people. Without that, they'll go. I mean, especially, I've got so much respect for mothers, because they are at the brunt of taking all this, whatever there's anger or anxiety is expressed onto mothers. So one of the biggest things is accept them. They are anxious. They have to show it to somebody. They can only show it to, I mean, usually in India, I think they'll show it to mother. That is the person who's like punching back for them. So just accept them and listen to them. Just sometimes we try to give answers too many. They don't need any answers. You just, okay, just listen to them. Just listening, active listening, not saying a word. And they know what they want to know. They know it already. So you listen to them and say, just direct them. They will only, so if they ask you, I'm so anxious, I can't go anywhere. So tell me, what can we do? So ask them the answer. They will give you the answer. Once the answer comes from them, they will be much more easier. So there are definitely breathing techniques are there. There are different aspects are there, and making sure that they have some play dates or something like that. And if you have vaccinated, I mean, in this country, US, it's been vaccinated. They have a group of bubble people who have not gone meet anybody else. Not right now. Last year, they did that. They have a group of people who have been making sure that they are very, very are vaccinated people who can join. Or now in India, it's not there. But even when a vaccine was not there, what they were doing was they were like 2 weeks. They would never meet anybody else except those 2-3 people. That's all. They will not go meet anybody else. The other people will not go and meet anybody else. So if they have met anybody, they have to isolate themselves. So having a group of people whom they can ideally on web, if not, have a specific timetable for them, give some timetable, have them to do something, and then ask ideas to see how they can be busy. Empty mind is devil's workshop. Basically, you can sit down with them, play old games, whatever you can give 5 options and ask them to say, which one do you want to play? Which one do you want to do? So, I mean, you just have to be innovative, and more important is just listening to them, active listening. Like, आप कुछ काम कर रहे हो, हाँ बोलो क्या हो रहा है, and you're doing something. No, you just say, okay, just tell me what else. You put 100% concentration on them and listen to them, and they will give you the answer, and they will tell you what to do. And just sometimes they have to vent out. So I'm giving too many explanations, the answers, but I'm trying to cover for different people, I think. So
thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving this valuable information to us. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have Mrs. Kohli. Yes, ask your question.
Yeah. Good morning, sir. My query is, as we all know, that students are not able to give their written assessments, and many of the students, in fact, have not even taken the online classes seriously. So how can we as a teacher connect with these types of students?
Okay. One of the things is, like, I know for me, I know many people might agree from India, like, take it easy. 1 year of life is not the thing. I mean, basically, just be innovative. They don't have to write a history about Magadha dynasty I'm just giving an example, or anything. So this is a time where you could be innovative. One guy was there, one of my teachers is my patient of mine. He said he started to play chess with them online. So you got to be innovative. What is that? What grades do you teach? What grades are these children? What grade are these children?
So she takes care till the middle group.
Middle school? What grades? What grades?
So 6 to 8, maybe the children are of the age of 12.
Yeah.
To 14.
So it's important what age group is. Which one?
Up to 14.
Hello.
Mrs. Kohli, unmute you. Yes.
Sir, up to 8th standard.
8th standard. 8th standard, it's important, but to give the thing, you have to be, you just tell them and make it very interesting. The same things, I don't think we have to follow some curriculum and everything like that. What in US, what people have done differently is because it is so difficult. I mean, doing telemedicine was so difficult for me. Like talking like this is not that easy. So you have to make it interesting and let them come up with some things. So instead of writing, do you want to record it and send it, or some? You have to be innovative about it. And because what else is going on in their lives, we don't know that. So if they're not able to do, you can ask and not be punitive, but ask them why are not they able to do it. So just like, sometimes they're getting bored or whatever it is. And instead of that, can they do differently to show you that they have learned the stuff? I don't know if I've answered your question or not.
Yes, yes.
I understand what I'm trying to say is, be innovative and
Sure.
see
Thank you
that,
so much,
it doesn't have to be written in stone. Okay, this is what, okay, this has to be written down. So this you have to choose your battles and say, and it's not that easy to go through this life. And especially everybody, this is like once in a lifetime event which is happening. So you have to be proactive and choose your battles, basically. Okay, ठीक है यार, ये नहीं तो और कुछ कर सकते. कैसा? Did you understand this? Okay, do it in a poem way or whatever it is. Be innovative and think outside the box and make them rather than just writing the thing. Yeah, if they are not interested in writing, show me how you have not done, instead of saying that you have not done. So just encourage them to say, what else could you do instead of this? So maybe they don't like a particular subject. So ask them to do, what can you do to improve and maybe teach us something? So give them some responsibility. That way they would be able to do it okay, they don't have to write everything, and you choose your topic and talk about it. Anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
I'm just thinking out of the box.
Yeah.
Please.
Thank you so much. You have done half of my work, like my half job is done. Because for past 20 days in the month of May, at our school we were doing this only. No return work, no homework, nothing, but through activities only.
Wonderful,
yeah, thank you so much, sir. Like for past 20 days we did that, and all the concepts, whether it was grammar concept or mathematical concepts, okay, we taught them through activities only.
Wow.
And I am so glad that 60% of my students were really happy and doing it wonderfully. So this was the new thing which we introduced in the past 20 days, and this pandemic has taught us so many things, and your motivational speech, because most of the parents are there, I'm so glad that they have understood that it's not only the writing or the reading which helps a child to learn.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah,
there is a thing you guys have to watch. I think there's a thing called Alma Matters on Netflix. What they said is, I'm from Andhra Pradesh, I'm Andhra. I saw this Hyderabad. So there is some places that was 3 floors, first floor, second floor, third floor, and they are prisoned for 2 years, and they go to IIT. What kind of a human being will come out of that? I mean, my thinking is entirely different. I told my kids 3 things. First is be a good human being. That's non-negotiable. Second is do your best. Enjoy what you're doing. If you're cleaning the floors, be the best cleaning guy around. People say, Mr. Depala cleaned the floors today. So it doesn't matter what you do. If you're passionate about it, you will do well.
Yeah.
So just this, I mean, this is what you have to do. I understand that maybe my things might be not that be popular, but that is the most successful people come out like that.
Right. I agree.
They just should be passionate about doing anything.
I agree. I completely agree. Thank you so much for that enlightenment.
I have so much respect for teachers. I can't tell you. One of the biggest things in the US and here, they should be paid than anybody else, because those are the people who are they should be passionate. And this is not a job. When somebody takes teaching, it's not for the money they are doing. They are doing it for their love for the patient students, and they really want to do something. And they need to be respected much more, I think, throughout the world, I think.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you, Doctor. Next, we have a question from Kapil Gupta ji. Yes, unmute yourself. Kapil ji, unmute yourself. Yes.
Yeah. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, very good.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello, doctor. How are you?
Hi. How are you doing? Thank you.
Yeah. First of all, we are really gratitude to us to you that you are speaking from your car, I think, and to Sapna ji also, who is really organizing such wonderful sessions regularly. My question is, sir, in today's scenario where there is a pandemic, and children are, locked down since 1 year in the houses, their psychological, is very much affected. They are now, too much de-energized, I should say, like that. They are not so energized either to have the food, either to read, either to do some activity, because we are not allowing them to go out. Earlier, they are, so used to go out and meet friends, do some activities like that. So how we can change their mentality, psychological, how we can boost them, how we can energize in homes, so that whatever they do, as you told, how they do passionately. Either they should read, either they should enjoy, either I will require your advice on that.
Okay, Jeffrey, let me take this as a thing to see what are the warning signs you need to see, because we cannot generalize sometimes. Sometimes this is a very, very unusual thing which is happening to a lot of people. And to have that, and especially let me talk about a few minutes about what are the warning signs to say when you should see a doctor, or what are the normal things which are happening. So that I want to differentiate, because this will be very useful for identify them. For example, a person like, this is like last 1 year, it's been going on and on. Everybody will be demotivated. That's the normal thing, because you're put in a jail, and that you're not, everybody saying, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, do. Instead of that, using that words are such a strong thing. It has such an influence. Instead of not doing this, say, hey, why don't you do this? Let us do this. Like whatever it is coming for what they want, not what you want. That's one thing which I want to tell parents and teachers understand. Parents is, don't worry about your son studying and going. It does not matter in life. 1 year of life, it doesn't matter. Kuch nahi hoga. Just let them be happy, and then try to be saying that, no, just don't watch. And you watch TV completely and then say, jao jaake pad lo. That's not fair, okay? You don't want them to watch, don't watch the TV either. And do something effectively with them. Ask them as I said, ask them what should we do. Chalo bolo, aap kya karna chahte ho? You tell me what to do. So then just you, okay, acha, kya banana hai khana? Chalo aap mujhe bhi help karo. Kaisa karenge? Kya khana pasand hai aapko? So just do some innovate. Doesn't have to be studying or anything like that. हमारे घर, the same where we come from, we think, अरे कुछ भी अगर पढ़ाई नहीं है बुक में से तो पढ़ाई नहीं हो रहा है. जिंदगी तो पढ़ाई नहीं है ना. People come out very successful in schoolish, but they're not successful throughout the life, because they have to be innovative and say, आपको क्या पसंद है, आप बताइए क्या करेंगे. So let us cook together. Okay, you cut just small onions, and I'll cut something else, and you do something. So we have to motivate ourselves, and that way, at least on the weekend, have something like that. So they'll be waiting for it. And then, so let us have some games like, okay, who's going to make the best, whatever you're going to do, cut the onions or whatever, and then have a competition in that. So in day-to-day activities also, so that we are excited about that. So, and then anyway, coming back to the warning signs, what I was saying that, for example, a person is sad. A lot of people are sad. Sad is not equal to depression. If they are continuously crying, or if they are not able to sleep at all, or if they thought about suicide, people have this concept that if they are not feeling well, you should ask this question: do you ever feel like hurting yourselves? People say, okay, unke dimag mein kuch laga rahe. Nahi, it will not happen. If something else, and having this thing, we are going to love you irrespective. You can talk to us anything. We will not be, agar kuch bolna cha rahe, unko kuch man mein hai. If they're not able to express to you, they will express to somebody else, and they will try to, agar kuch kar raha hai, to let me know what are your thoughts, and be open-minded, and just don't be hypocrites. A lot of us, ab bol sakte hain, jab bolne ke baad mein bahut gussa aa jayega. Arey bolne ke liye bola aapne se, then why are you getting angry? So you have to show that. You have to show how you're going to behave. One of the important aspects is when we say that this person made me angry. That's an absolute wrong. But nobody has the power to make you angry or upset unless until you give the remote control of your emotions to the other person. because you're the master and creator of your own thoughts and feelings. If you believe in God with the help of God or nature. So koi bhi gussa karke, oh gussa, yeah, that person might be doing something different, but you still have the power to do some different. You know, and anger, because a lot of things with children, what I see here in America also, adolescents who get really angry. What is, and you know, I just kind of explain to people about what is anger. Anger is nothing but punishing yourself for other people's perceived mistake. If somebody is cutting you off and you're raising your blood pressure, heart rate, why? The person was rude to you. So you're just giving your emotional control to the other person. But it's very difficult to answer when you do in automatic mode. You got to just kind of stop and take 2 steps back and look at the same situation. It's not as bad as you think. It could be much worse. Being thankful that you're able to breathe, able to walk, able to talk. So you're so blessed. Somebody asked me in the morning, how are you doing, Dr. Depala? I'm doing great. You want a lottery? No, man. I'm able to breathe, able to walk, able to talk. There's food on the table, roof over my head. I'm a very lucky man. So it's all about your perspective. What happens is only 10%. How you react to it is 90%. You know, when people say, don't sweat the small stuff, the word, right? So I say everything is small stuff. In 120 years, every living human being is alive, will be dead. When you look at the universe, has been there for billions of years. Will you 10 years, 50 years, 100 years, same thing. It's not how much you live, it's how well you live. It's the quality, not the quantity. So I'm just trying to take a point and then explain it a lot of things. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully it is useful. I'm talking too much, but you know, I'm just thinking about people will not come out and answer questions, ask questions. So I'm just trying to cover most of the things whichever I can know.
Thank you so much for this. Yeah, thank you so much for the detailed answer and awakening words, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, next we have Anupma. Anupma ji, ask your question.
Yes, good morning, sir. Sir, how can we take care of physical health of the child at home during this pandemic?
Okay, you know, we are in India, right? So we can, yoga is there. I mean, because you don't have to go with Ramdev Ji Maharaj only, but you can do any yoga. I mean, I'm just saying that. So you can do, I mean, you can do a lot of physical activity. I know it's just like a closed place and you can just have 50 rounds. You can just go around 50, even if it is a 1-bedroom apartment, you can do it. So have something funny doing it. Funnily doing it, just like okay, who does how many rounds can each one have a competition in that, or you can just do some whatever the exercises are there. You can do it at home. Right now, everything is available on net. You can go and look at it and just watch. You can just sit without anything. You can have a core exercise by sitting and standing by raising hands. That can decrease the 2 to 3 inches if you do it for about 10 minutes every day for 6 weeks, they say. So just like simple things, being innovative, and you can go on YouTube. You will have so many things. Just in one, like in 1-bedroom apartment, also you can do a lot of different things. You don't have to have a big yard to do something.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Very true, sir. You're very positive and optimistic.
Yeah. One of the other important aspects is what I call as food diary. One of the biggest things with everybody, including me and everybody, is we've gained weight because a lot of times there is connection between. Sometimes you do not watch TV, do not do anything when you're eating. So biggest is that I say it's called as food diary. What is food diary? If you want to eat a cookie, gulab jamun khana hai. Okay, 250 calories. So, okay, मैं खाना चाहिए? Definitely. I really want to eat it? Yes, definitely eat it. Write it down and eat it. You want to do whatever you want to do it. You write it down and say, okay, should I really eat it? Okay, then it's a lot of time there is an anxious eating. अगर आप देख रहे हैं एक सीरियल देख रहे हैं कुछ क्रिकेट मैच हो रहा है आप खाते जा रहे हैं देख रहे हैं your mind and your stomach do not have any connection there, so you're not being conscious about it, right? Hello.
Yes, doctor.
Yeah, so the same thing I come back to the same thing. It's called core mindfulness. What is this? Watching your thought like a small child. Whenever sometimes like a dimag kaisa, if you keep going, if you live in the past, you'll be depressed. If you live in the
be anxious, now is the key to your happiness. So basically, you have to tell yourself, like, This is the moment of your life. This will never come back again. They say there's a saying like past is history, future is mystery. Now is the present of life. It's the gift of your life. Once it's a gift of your life, then you'll enjoy every moment of your life than the destination. I give this, especially here in US, when they have, when an Olympic swimmer is, they start from 2 or 3 years of age. So they keep swimming and swimming and swimming. They'll be happy once they get their gold medal. So again, what happens with the gold medal? And then they say, will you get the gold medal in 4 years or not? So same way, you have to remember that and say, enjoy every moment of it. So you'll enjoy the journey, not the destination until that time. Whether you win the gold medal or not, you'll be still enjoying it. So enjoy this moment.
Very true, very true. Yes. Next we have Reena. Reena ma'am, ask your question.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Good
So,
morning.
as we all are using electronic gadgets these days, which is affecting our eyesight. Lots of students are listening this conversation. So please suggest what could be done to reduce the screen time for our children.
Again, ask them. I'm again going back to ask them. So, there is a lot of data to show you're right about the blue light. This is one of the things which you can tell them. All the major CEOs of Silicon Valley, even Microsoft, Satya Nadella, or all of these kids do not have any smartphones in their houses. Why? Because it's so addictive. So it's like you cannot, because if you keep, especially while you're sleeping and stuff, there's a lot of data to show that they can look it up. They can say, okay, just look it up. What will happen if you just be kuch nahi hoga? Acha, jaake dekho mujhe batao, kuch nahi hoga to batana mujhe. So give that responsibility to them. And you just look me up and say, I'm telling you this is happening. You show me wrong. Just want to see, and go to a journal which is, there was an ophthalmologic journal which has been given how the blue light will affect you so badly. So you say, ration your time, okay? You can't say, oh, don't do it at all. No, okay, just let us do 2 hours of physical activity or do something else, and then 15 minutes or half an hour or 45 minutes, whatever you think is there. So we can watch together or do something differently. At least if you're watching, don't have it in your hand. Just there are some small things which can, like when bending your neck like that, there is so much stress on your neck. It is like carrying about 10 pounds or something like similar to that. So just when you want to watch, just put it straight and then stand and look at this thing, and not just sit down. This is a physical activity again. Instead of sitting, and just stand up and sit down, stand up and sit down. That's an exercise too. So it's very difficult. All of us are guilty of that. Once you watch this stupid web series, you can't get up because it's so intoxicating. So it's difficult.
Yes,
There is no easy answer for that. So again, you have to ask. I'm coming back to the same thing. Ask them, kya kar sakte hain? So they will give you something and let them, because it came from you, man. I didn't tell you this. You're telling me this. So we'll follow that. And you got to follow that also.
Great answer, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Gagandeep Kaur. Yes. Unmute yourself, Gagandeep. Yes.
Good morning, sir. So my question is that, as we know that now this third wave is about to come, so how can we mentally prepare ourselves and our children from it?
The important is, I know there's definitely some precautions have to be taken. The best bet would be to get vaccinated. There is no second thing about that. If not, that would be the best ideal thing. I had some patients here in States also. Oh, I want to get some research. I said, I've got 2 kids. My wife, I got vaccinated 6 months back. Do you think that I don't care about my family? So because there are so many myths about it, look at the J&J vaccine. They said there were 6 out of 6 million cases. The odds of getting a clot with the vaccine is about 45 times if you don't have a vaccine. So if you take an oral contraceptive pill, so many people take that. It's almost 75 times more. So the best bet would be to get a vaccine if it's possible. If not, just eat a healthy life. Don't go to WhatsApp and do steam inhalation, That one of the most common reasons why this mucormycosis is happening is because of the steam thing. If there is a protective mucosa there and you're taking steam all in all, that's not good. That's unnatural. Why do you want to do something? Just don't have to go overboard on anything. Eat healthy food, exercise, and try to use common sense. Right now, it is there. It is until even now, I wear a mask. I've got completely vaccinated and everything like that. Still, why do you want to take a chance? So having those things and let them know, because once you show them how difficult it is to be on a ventilator, and the third wave, because it might affect the reason why they're thinking children might be affected, because virus has to go somewhere. It has gone, can go for the 70-year-olds because everybody's vaccinated. Then 50 years old vaccinated. So they'll go to a vulnerable situation. That is mocha dekhta hai. Kaun sa mocha? That is the reason they're anticipating children might have it. Because there is, but one good thing about it is, even though there was something in Maharashtra, some cases came that it's called multi system involvement disease. It is still milder, but still basically tell them don't do all the things, whatever the social, other non-pharmacological techniques are there, social distancing and wearing a mask, which you have to, one of the other reasons why people got that was they were not washing the mask. If there is what sweat is there, fungus will develop there. So you got to just use a mask and just wash it, or if it's the surgical mask, that's one of the best things, which is very cheap in India too. So if you want to just do double mask whenever you're going. So not right now. Right now, everybody's at home. Next in 2 weeks or 2 months, it's very, very important. Why it is important? Watch some videos and see with them, and let them write down something and let them give you some teaching to you. Let them make them responsible to teach you. So that you, instead of you keep telling, you should tell us, teach us about this. What else we should do? I mean, everything is available in that, they can look it up and they can tell you this. So give them that responsibility so that when they are teaching, okay, I should follow this. If you tell them, they'll not listen. They'll hear you, but not listen to you. But if they tell you, then there might be more chance of them listening to themselves.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you. Very well you have explained. Doctor, I have one question, because many people, they are facing tragedy in families, they are losing their people. How they can get out of this problem, because it's stress, anxiety, and a lot of depression taking place.
Right. So basically, there are a couple of things which are there. There's a normal grief reaction happens for anybody, somebody loses them, and that's very, very important. But, people or other people are there just giving them strength. And one of the things, like elderly people passing away, you have to say to them, it is very difficult to talk about if they are religious, then it's a simple thing. I say to people, having religion, really following the religion would be an anti-anxiety measure. How so? Basically, one of the things, like there's a word called, when I ask some people whether are you pregnant or not pregnant? You can be half pregnant. When you believe in God, you're not half believing in God. You're completely believing in God. So one of the things Shakespeare said was, life is like a drama or a play. Everybody's playing their roles. If you believe in God, who's the director of the play? He is the director of the play. So can you judge a movie without completely watching it? You can't, right? So same way, you can't. So is your movie over? No, when you're dead, it's only one person. 99% is upstairs, if you believe in God. So then when you worry about some things, you think that, you are more better than God. So your vision is this 1-inch vision. God's vision is millions of miles of vision is there. So why worry about something which you can, still there is loss, which is there when going through something. You sometimes have to be supportive of them and trying to be, what else can they do? This is because whenever there is death occurs, there's multiple things are happening. Like a mom or husband died. So there's financial stress which will come. So each person, the society has to come and help them out in different ways. Most of the times what happens is they will be able to help them in the first few days or weeks. After 3 हफ्ते के बाद में कोई नहीं रहता. जब जाइए आप, help करिए. How can you help them? Just by going there, so लोग गए, आप भी एक बार गए, कैसे आप नहीं, बाद में जाके कुछ करना है, you can take responsibility. This is one of the biggest things which people are doing is, so many orphans are coming out of this thing. So just try to do, this is the difference between pleasure and happiness is, pleasure is to get, happiness is to give. You know, the word Satchitanand is there, right? Satchit is like everlasting soul. Happiness comes by doing an act which you want to do because you want, nobody's asking you to do. In that process, the other person is getting help. That's the reason we have Mother Teresa's and Gandhi's, because they want to do it, because that's like, there is no tolerance to that. You can keep doing. So for example, like dosa, how many dosas can you eat? 10, 20? How many can you feed? Thousands. So that is the process when you're able to do it because you want to do it. So same way with this, helping these people, if you being there for them, and then there's, whenever there is, if there's normal process was going, sometimes one of the biggest things which is there is, during that time, you have to ask whether they have any thoughts of hurting. I mean, you know, you have to be at in a subtle way. And if they have, maybe talk to a therapist or not psychiatrist, therapist, or like bade log jo bhi hote hain unse baat karke. So just be in touch with them, whoever somebody's passed away in their house, and just, I mean, we do it initially, both come there, everybody does for first few days or few weeks. Later on, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, keep that in your mind. I've got an extra family member to take care. Ek banda aisa karne se, it will go. This paying it forward, that's called, right? So it's a difficult thing. But again, as I said, if they are really depressed and if they are crying completely, there's because something is there. If it's affecting their sleep, appetite, concentration, or if they say they are apathetic, completely apathetic, sometimes they don't even have the energy to do anything. That's the time you need to say, go and see your doctor, first talk to the doctor and do something differently. So there are definitely things, there are psychotherapy is there. I'm not saying that medication is the answers, but if there are something which is there, if it is needed, whatever is needed to be done.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you. Next, we have Renu Verma.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Renu.
Good morning, sir. My question is, how does being at home affect the mental health of a child?
What?
Yeah. How does being at home affect the mental health of a child?
You know, they are much more stronger than what you think. You know, they are much more stronger than what we think. You know, there were so many studies which were done, like orphans who were no social interactions at all, but still able to do it. So they will come out of it. And as I said, you have to be supportive of them. That's all. You know, one of the big things which you can do is being supportive and try to talk to them and what are their apprehensions, and just making sure that whatever happens, we will be there with you in whatever situation. Like, so like having that confidence that, you know, kya hoga agar, what happens to you if something happens to you, that kind of anxiety comes in. So if it becomes too much, then that's where you might have to see a doctor. Like, otherwise, normally, because they will come out of this. I mean, they'll be becoming stronger once they start the things. In US also, last year it was so bad. Right now, people are coming out now, everything is going. So they're getting back to the thing. It will come up. I mean, because in the bigger picture is not going to change much. So if you have faith in God, yes, just have faith in God. That's going to take care of them, and that's okay. We don't have to worry much about it and do the best you can.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Doctor, having a lot of question and unlimited question, because this problem is moreover related to psychological, and everybody having a lot of question related to this. Yes, next we have Shelly Sharma.
Good morning, sir. Sir,
Hi,
I would
Shelly.
like to ask, how can we keep the child busy at home during these time?
So I think I've answered this question in different ways. So keeping, you know, ask them what they want to do. I mean, basically, and it has to be out of the box thinking. So like, how old are your children? Hello? I didn't hear you.
14 years old, 14-year-old, 14.
14 years old. I mean, it's like a very tricky age. Do you have only one child, or how many children do you have?
Only one, sir.
Okay. So, so do you have any, does he have nephew? Does he have any cousins or? No, I mean, are they in town? You can have some play dates with them, you know, basically have some time kind of communication with their friends or something like that. They can meet, but at least they can do on the thing and just have some project which maybe you might be able to do with your husband, and three of you can do something different, and maybe an art project or something, whatever he's interested in, rather than what you are interested in. So what does he is he interested in any specific areas, your son?
Yeah, he is interested in social awareness. He wants to know everything surrounding him.
That's wonderful. That's really
Yeah.
wonderful.
So he used to watch his globe videos and all.
Yeah, that's, I mean, bottom line is there is no specific thing as such what you can do or what you cannot do. But so if you can make sure that they are interested in and make them interested and ask them what else you want to do. I mean, because hopefully when is this, then in a couple of weeks or a couple of months, everything will be normal. So by the time, maybe write his experiences, what he thinks about it, maybe journal his thoughts.
Okay.
So whatever his thoughts are there. So just putting it in there, and then you say that 20 years from now, you can look at it because this is a one-time incident. You can say when you're 35 years, 21 years back when I was there, I just did this. So he can look back and say something. So whatever is there, being very innovative about that and just thinking out of the box.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Next, we have Kalpana Kishore.
Yeah. Good morning, sir. My question to you would be, as a parent, how can we improve the concentration of the child towards studies in this situation?
It is a very difficult question because especially that's what I was just being the same thing on different. So making it very interesting, whatever things are, because sometimes, how old is your child?
Sir, mine is just 6 years old.
Okay. खेलना तो कुछ नहीं जरूरी है. I mean, if you ask me, I might not be the right guy for you. And in this competitive world, people think that from age 6 years they'll become whatever they want to become. Just let him enjoy it. I mean, I might be a wrong person for you. If my son was there, chill. Just let him play, let him do something, and so Scobie, just give him some responsibilities. Give him just concentration will come. Concentration will come when if you're not interested, if somebody's keep telling you something, I will be disinterested too. Pado. Oh my God, the padna. If you say the word study, you'll go crazy. So it's okay. So usko bola kya karna hai, khelna hai, kitna der khelenge. So just let us play. How long you'll play, and let him formulate a plan. So kitne ghante, kitne der ke baad mein padhenge aap. Kya padna chahte ho? So just it doesn't have to be this. Whatever he's interested. For example, if he's interested in superheroes, so tell me about so different superheroes. Write a book. Kya pata chal sakta hai. Find out everything and let me know. Teach me. Be my teacher. So be innovative and say. So इसीलिए कोई full concentrate करके आपको बताएगा वो.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Doctor, the way you are explaining, amazing. Seriously. Next, we have with us Shraddha Chabra ma'am. She's the principal of this National Victor School, Vaishali. She's an amazing personality, very, very effective. And all the time she's motivating children, teachers. And this tough time, she's managing like anything. Without any fail, I'm calling up Shraddha Chabra ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am, I want to thank you for being such a wonderful, the questions they're asking, or that shows that, they're really, really caring patients, caring parents they have. And you have done a wonderful job arranging all these things. And I really want to thank Meenu for having this meeting with you guys. I'm really happy and really excited to talk to you all of you guys. So you've done a wonderful job, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Venugopal. My question to you is, we in India, we have been immersed in a culture that doesn't consider it to be a genuine concern about the mental well-being of the human beings here in India. Am I audible to you, sir?
Yeah.
I'm sorry for being so ruthless and rude, but this is what I have experienced. The difference between US and Indian, thought process. I have my brother is there, so I keep on discussing with him about certain things, what is happening in US, they're back, and so I just want you to enlighten the concept. How can we better explain the concept of mental health to the parents? Because my students, if I talk about it, they are with the parents since 1.5 years. So in between, like when the little ease out guidelines were there, they came to the school and they were all like, "Ma'am, jaldi se school khol do, school aana hai. Ghar mein bahut bore ho gaye." These were their exact words. Okay, I miss them a lot. So I want you
I will
to,
handle the first question first.
yeah.
That how do you talk about mental illness? What I talk about is there's a lot of myths about mental illness. One end is like, even in America sometimes happens is one end is the Hollywood type. If you sneeze hard enough, you need to be on medication. Definitely that's not right. The second type, what I say that is like in some parts of the US or southern United States or India or Asia, Europe, where we feel that, come on, man, it's just in your head, as if head is not a part of the body. The vasculature which goes below the neck goes up the neck also. As you know, in diabetes, there are two kinds of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. In type 2 diabetes, you can diet and exercise, lose 10 to 15 pounds, your blood glucose might come down. In type 1 diabetes, you can lose 50 pounds, nothing will happen. You can't say, hey, pancreas, I'm a tough lady, secret more insulin. Will not happen. Same thing with depression, anxiety, and all mental health issues. They say that basically it's like they have to understand that every emotion is a neurochemical reaction also. If you're on a beautiful tropical island, happy chemicals are supposed to be released. But if you see a snake coming at you, you'll go bonkers. That's what happens when you feel anxious, depressed. You see 10 snakes coming at you. You don't see the snakes. It's the same chemical reaction occurs in the brain. That's where you can get to see a doctor or a therapist or psychiatrist, or medications will take part of it. Because there are multiple factors are there. There are sometimes psychological reasons where you cannot express your anger. Sometimes the anger turn inwards can cause depression, anxiety. अब बच्चा बोल रहा है मैं खाना नहीं खाता हूँ, no, तुम खाना खा रहे हो, मेरा पेट दर्द दे रहा है, नहीं, you are not having a tummy ache. I'm having a tummy ache. No, you're not. So the point is, the guy cannot express himself. So then he'll say next time he'll not say, अगर बोलने से भी look, these people are not going to listen to me. So every time our thinking is, or I mean, like including my parents would have been there, but like पढ़ना चाहिए, पढ़ाई चलना है. Because we're so obsessed with studying. Agar uska, what's happening to them and making yourself so difficult. Everybody wants to be 100 first ranker. How can it be everybody first ranker? What difference does it make? So everybody first ranker ही बड़ा होने से कुछ नहीं होगा. Each person को just understand that every being has a purpose in life. No being is different. You might be a good principal, but not something else. I could be a good doctor, not a big runner or a basketball player. So it doesn't matter. Each being. I give an example of this. Like a frog is there. A normal frog hops 1 meter. An Olympic frog hops 10 meters. This frog was supposed to climb a tree. It will feel as a failure. अगर इसको पढ़ाई नहीं है तो क्या चाहिए? So this is not only one way or the other way. आप तुम पंक्चर करते हो. I mean, you all this negative connotation which comes from parents' voices is very powerful. So don't say that. Don't give this. Don't ever compare with any other person. The person is entirely different. देखो आपका भाई कितना अच्छा पढ़ रहा है. नहीं हम कुछ नहीं बोल रहे हैं, बता रहे हैं. बताने की जरूरत नहीं है. क्यों बताना है? Why do you want to show it? Right. Don't compare ever anybody. That's one of the most horriblest thing you're doing to do is psyche. You'll always be thinking much less than himself. Or like Sharma ji ka bachcha अच्छा कर रहा है और गुप्ता जी का भाई बेटी अच्छी कर रहे. That is their thing and they're their own race. You have your own race. Why do you want to compare that race? As a principal, you might be, because you're bringing up so many good parents and teachers, students, you might have talked about this many times, I hope.
Yes, I have.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. Next, we have Nidhi ma'am wants to ask something. Yes, Nidhi ma'am. She's a managing director of this school and running a lot of schools. And my proud privilege, she's associated with us. Yes, over to you, Nidhi ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Sapna. And good morning, Dr. Venu. And all the present.
Good evening, Nidhi ma'am.
Yeah. Good evening and good morning, Doctor. Once again, I welcome Dr. Venu on behalf of National Metro Public School. Thank you so much, sir, Doctor, for the information provided to all the staff members and parents. I am finding the questions around interesting and very valuable. Hope to see you for more such programs in our other branches also.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks for your precious time, Doctor.
Thank you so much. And so, any other questions? If not, we can end it now.
Almost you have given all the questions and queries, Doctor.
Thank you so much. Then thank you so much for
Dr.
moderating this
Depala, can I
meeting.
request you one thing?
Sure.
Yeah, if I can have your mail ID in the chat box. So if anybody is like hesitant asking here, can
sure,
yeah,
definitely.
right.
I'll
So we
do.
can mail it to you, and then
Sure.
we can
I will
get a
send it to you.
response from you. Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I'll send it through Menu, or otherwise I can put it in there.
Right. Sure, sir. Sure. Thank you so much for being here and
Appreciate it. So definitely.
enlightening us, the whole entire NVPS family, including the director, ma'am, my staff, and my loving parents and students. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for giving me this chance, and I want to thank Minu also for having me on this meeting.
Yeah, sure.
All right. You take care. Have a wonderful weekend ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. Same to you, sir. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shraddha ma'am, for vote of thanks.
I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Almighty, first of all, who has given this opportunity to all of us for being together and discussing about the mental well-being at this platform. And secondly, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Nidhi ma'am for giving us the opportunity. Thanks to all my cooperative, loving parents, my hardworking, determined staff, for being there, always standing for the school. And obviously, last but not the least, to Sapna ma'am to have organized such wonderful meeting. Thank you everyone from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, all of you. So Sapna ma'am will end up the webinar with a Shanti part.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, Doctor, you want to say something? Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'll leave, and thank you so much, Sapna ma'am, and then thank you so much.
Yeah,
take care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
ma'am.
Bye.
Yes, with Shanti pass, Pooja ma'am, please unmute yourself.
आइए सभा की समाप्ति की ओर चलते हैं। हाथ जोड़कर हम सभी शांति पाठ करेंगे। ओम शांति अंतरिक्ष शांति पृथ्वी शांतिरापा शांतिरोषधयः शांति वनस्पतयः शांति विश्वे देवाः शांति ब्रह्मा शांति सर्वः शांतिरेव शांति सामा शांतिरेधि ओम शांति ओम।
Thank you very much, Pooja ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sapna.